could. Pops did the best he could, but wasn't financially good. So every Christmas I was used to holding in the hurt, cause I knew I was gonna get them same toys from the church. Could've been worse, but I bet the turf, the Grinch went and stole it. So I wasn't focused on keeping up with the Joneses. While your family was at home, laughing and eating steak, my family was hoping that the lights stay on another day. It gotta be another way, at least that's what we was thinking. Had a landlord that couldn't keep the water pipes from leaking. Stains in the ceiling, plus they had the carpet wet and stinking. Even if you ain't been through it, you can picture when I'm screaming. Make sure I speak the truth before I dish out what I'm feeding. See my pops take his last breath from his throat, he was bleeding. Standing right, but my sisters couldn't believe what I was seeing. Cancer got him, spiritually he still lives inside. You can't tell me about the struggle unless you've been through the struggle. Lights and gas off for months, I call that struggle. Mayonnaise sandwiches for lunch, I call that struggle. If welfare your only income, I call that struggle. You can't tell me about the struggle unless you've been through the struggle. Lights and gas off for months, I call that struggle. Mayonnaise sandwiches for lunch, I call that struggle. I call that struggle. This is for the kids who's abandoned to the block, left to live on their own, had to survive off what they got. Just to take a bath, you had to boil water in a pot. All alone in a spoiled world, just so you can rot. In America, where they say you're free, but you're really not. And don't forget about the KKK, cause they movement's still alive. They just took off their white robes and put on a suit and tie. They the CEO of your company, the manager of your job. So when you need work, it'll be harder to get hired. Put a message in my music, so I hope you get inspired to do the same. When I rap, my words is food to your brain, and don't let the streets hold you back, cause you can achieve. You can't tell me about the struggle unless you've been through the struggle. Lights and gas off for months, I call that struggle.